Hi, my name is Linnea, and I'm converting this boxer into a tiny home on wheels. And I was planning to do this next summer, but because of COVID, I have the opportunity to do it now.
Is it too high? So I've just done the first hole in the van. Looks great, eh? I'm very excited.
So my first window did actually have a tiny leak. It was like the wooden frame started crying from inside after 2 days of rain. So I've now done a super nice seal all around on the outside as well, because I had a tiny gap in the top right corner. I didn't film how I did cut the hole for the first window. I'm now going to show you how I'm doing my second one. I'm not going to be too precious about measurements here. All I've done is I've measured this bottom line so it's in the same height as that window. And now I saw a video of a guy just like drilling a hole here and a hole here, and then you place this template on the other side to draw it out. After I got my template in place, I am taping around it so I know I can cut with inside the blue tape. I'm also going to add an extra couple of strips of tape around the template for where the jigsaw is going to go, so it doesn't scratch the paint as I'm cutting the hole out. So here I'm drilling a pilot hole so my jigsaw can fit inside it and I can start cutting out. Safety glasses, very important. Cut this and around the edges, and then I'll cut off the corner last. I'm gonna save the top of it to the end. Oh my god, it's like you get metal flakes everywhere. After I cut my corners out, I filed down the edges with a metal file and then painted over with my metal paint. Another tip is to put a little bag or something. Ooh. Now you can kind of see it's a little bit light coming in. I should have just tried and wiggled it in a different way. Because now I did actually file down quite a lot there. But it fits. Good morning. Today I'm trying to figure out how much power I'll need so I can plan my electrical. Okay, time to get up on the roof. Today I'm gonna drill the hole for the roof fan and paint that, and while that's drying I'm gonna put in the other two windows I cut out yesterday. Oh, this is gonna get wobbly. Oh my god, the amount of times I had to go up and down these stairs because I forgot something. Let me show you. So much light in here now. A little bit
uneven.
That's me leaving the roof van for a bit and tackling my windows. Here I'm just cleaning around the window with alcohol. I'm also going to clean around the hole I've cut out just to make sure there's no grease or dirt and it's going to stick properly. I've also had to cut out the corners on these frames because it's so snug to the curve of the van, as you can see here, to make it just fit as flush as perfect as possible. Ta-da! Window installed, and it looks beautiful.
And yesterday I installed another 2 windows, like you saw. I didn't show you me doing this window, which I think I should have because it was the trickiest one. Obviously because it's bigger and all the walls are kind of curved, I just put on the window after cutting the hole out, and it was like a centimetre and a half gap, both up and down, but managed to kind of screw them and like press them in place so they're pretty flush. And then also this was I'll see if you can see.
Basically I had to carve these quite a lot on all 4 corners to make it fit, and it was a bit tricky but not impossible. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm very excited. 2 windows. And I've got the hole in my roof and installed a roof fan. So today I'm installing the MAXX fan, and it is one of the more expensive ones, but the reason I chose this because the fan fantastic doesn't seem to be that fantastic from what people say, and everyone seems to love this, and also it is black, which will match with my van. So yeah, and then it can suck air in and suck air out, which I'm very excited about because I'll be installing, like, I'll have the windows I can keep open to get good airflow, and then I'm also thinking about installing another roof light over there. Wanted a big one, but with, you know, lack of space and solo, I think I'm gonna have to either I'm just gonna leave it, or I'll use a 40 by 40 centimeters one, which will be the same size as that, just so I can stargaze and get some good airflow. Right, so I don't like this. I wish these were drilled. It makes me think, like, I don't want to make holes in my van, but in the instruction it says you have to drill through these and drill through the van. So I'm pre-drilling these just because I want to mark out these holes and pre-drill in the metal later. Obviously this frame needs to be sitting up here while I'm drilling from above. This is where it would have been really helpful to have another pair of hands. Hopefully that is staying up. Yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so this is what it looks like from above. So I've just pressed this down to make sure it fits. Butyl tape. I don't know if you remember, I showed you another tape before, but because I couldn't get a hold of this, but yeah, got some. It's about 20 meters. This is pure gold. Oh my god, so expensive. But yeah, all I need to do is cut strips and place around here like the square. So what I'm going to do first is clean up with alcohol to make sure there's no grease and it will stick properly, and then I'm going to tape this down, leave the top sheeting on so I can then fit this on top and drill my holes. And then I'm going to put some of the Tech 7 just in the holes I've drilled to make sure there's no any leaks through the screws. Screw it in, and then I might go over with some Tech 7 just on top again, just to double waterproof it, hopefully. I'm just quickly marking up the holes with the drill to then do the actual drill holes. And then I'm just peeling off the protective layer of the tape and putting the Tech 7 in my drill holes before putting the frame back on and screwing it down, and then I took the Tech 7 to cover the screw holes again. So I'm not sure if I dare to put this on just yet because these haven't dried, but I have like zero patience sometimes and I just want to try and make sure it fits. And also it's a little bit of rain coming, it stopped just now, but I kind of want to cover this hole up. This is why it would have been good to be 2 people. I should have run down and double checked, but I could feel it kind of fit, so it's definitely within the metal frame. But it's let's see, this edge is only like a few millimeters, but the whole frame has kind of been pushed that way. So over here, it's not actually inside the wooden frame, but it is like from outside, it is so flush to the roof. I don't think that matters as long as it's got something to kind of grip hold of. But yeah, definitely double check. This needs to open that side. So when you put the fan on, it looks like it doesn't fit properly, but you just have to screw the screws in at an angle from above, and then it slowly gets into place. MAXX fan installed. Well, it's put in place, doesn't have power yet. Yeah, pretty happy. I mean, these little blobs could definitely look prettier, but yeah, this is what the fan looks like. There's the electrics coming out. Yeah, I'm very excited this is in. Looks good. Not perfect, but I'm very happy. Because I have so much black metal paint, I just decided I'm just going to cover the whole floor, and then that way I know that I won't have any rust problems under the floor at least. So now I'm just gonna wipe it clean and wash it off and then put the paint on. Also, I swear to God, I mean, I love these leggings, but look,
I already got Tech 7 on them. Oh, maybe actually I can peel it off. Basically just rubber now. Anyway.
These are now my dedicated work leggings. So this is probably a little bit overkill, but I had the paint, so I thought why not use it and paint the floors. Right, so I've painted the floors black again and finished my paint I had left. Now I just have to let it dry, so call it a night. Good thing I didn't start drinking that. Let's see. It's got a little bumblebee in it. Where did you go? Oh no! He ended up in it. Oh, he's still in there. Come on. Go to the light. Come on, little buddy. Ooh. Hello, so I've just been into town to do some errands, pick up some light switches, and I also went by a big second-hand store, and that was a bit dangerous. I'll show you from when I was there. And I did pick up a few things. These cute little pillows that I think I might redress or just give them a good wash and use as my seating pillows. But I'll just for now see if, how comfortable they are. They were pretty cheap. I also got a little mirror that I think I might place on my little door that's gonna open and close in that tiny little area just so I can get through in case of an emergency. And then I also found this. It's really light and it is actually brand new, but it's got a bit of like damage onto it, and I think that's why it's ended up in a second-hand store. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it just yet, but I think maybe I'm gonna keep it under my stove, possibly under my sink, and cut off the legs and yeah, do some change it up to make it work for me. I might have to make these like false drawers, but yeah, and they are they can only go out so far. Might just have to figure out some kind of lock mechanism, magnet or so, to keep it in place. And I also found these really cute pillows. I mean, so unnecessary, but it feels good to kind of get bits and bobs. And I also found this beautiful fabric for just £3 that I'm gonna make a pillowcase. So yeah, I've got a color theme going on. I've also added in these pieces of sound deadening mat, and it comes in a piece, and then I've cut it into 3 pieces. Basically it says that you need to cover a third of the area, but I found that just putting one in between the ribs is quite good, and I've seen other people do that too. I still got another sheet and a bit left, so I'm just gonna use that up and maybe cut into smaller pieces. Next step is putting the cork floor filler in the gaps on the floor. So I'm gonna use this cork and just fill in these gaps here to kind of even out the floor. And then I have another big piece of cork that are gonna go on top. Hi, so I just wanted to talk about my choices of insulation. I've seen a lot of people put reflectix up on the walls before doing the insulation, and obviously that won't give a heat barrier because you don't have air in between. But people argue that
once you have the heat inside the van, it'll reflect back into it. I'm not sure how well that works, but people seem to be happy. However, I found a video of a guy who had actually taken down his insulation and checked under the reflectix, which I'm sure not a lot of people have done, and he found mold in between the layers. So that's a big no-no. And also I want to use as natural and sustainable products as possible. So of those options, I've found cork, natural wool, and flax. I ultimately ended up choosing wool for the walls because it is a good sound barrier and also heat barrier. It is natural. It can handle moist. It's a natural anti-pesticide. I've also chosen cork for the flooring. Also, cork is a really good sound deadening or sound barrier. So I've also decided to use cork on top of my walls as sort of decorative instead of having painted walls or like wood panels. And I'm using the cork on the flooring as well, only 4mm to fill in the gaps, and another 4mm just to roll up on top of that. And then I'm just my subflooring, and then I have a cork floor on top as well. Cork holds heat very well, so I'll have a nice floor to walk on rather than if you have vinyl flooring, which is plastic. If it's cold outside, the plastic's going to get cold. Yeah, for the ceiling, I'm just going to use the wall insulation again, and I also have a 3mm wall lining. So I thought just to give it a little bit of extra insulation for the roof. So that became a rather long spiel, but and I'm not losing too much space within the van. So that's me having the basics covered. If you are having an open cab to your living area, you will lose heat, and it doesn't really matter how much you insulate your van, but because I will have the divider wall, I'm very confident that this will be enough. Don't let the wardrobe change fool you. It is still the same day, but it just got too hot with the sun on me. I had to switch up. So once I had a stencil cut out of the cork, I'm using that and laying it as close as possible to the edge of the previous cut edge of my cork roll to try and eliminate as much waste as possible. Once the floor was put down, I did a little dance to just press it down in place and left it to dry. Because I have an early start today. Today it's Friday, and I just want to finish this cork insulation before I drive to Dad's a little bit later. So this is a very long and tedious process, and part of me is wondering if it is really necessary. I will get the extra insulation by doing this, and also I will be 100% sure that my floor will be laying as flat as possible and not sway in certain places.